So we are going to be using the Shaman's Dream Oracle deck. This is one of my favorites. It's actually a deck that was gifted to me. And again, I am going to do a collective energy card pull for April 30th through May 7th. And actually, before I even get started, I'm going to take the cards out. But before I even get started, I like to do an opening prayer just to open my channel to receive whatever's in the highest and best. So if you'd like to join me, you can. If you want to mute me, you can. But I'm going to do a quick opening prayer, and then we'll get going. Divine Source, Infinite Creator, I call upon you now to bring forth whatever is in the highest and best for this space, for the collective. Call upon my team of angels, spirits, and guides to bring forth whatever is in the highest and best for all. Thank you for your time, energy, and gifts. All right. Lots of energy today. Okay. All right. Oracle deck. I will just shuffle. Whatever pops out, and we'll go from there. So, welcome. So, whatever's in the highest and best. Okay, they said stop and pull a top card. All right, we have Deep Diver, diving into a task. So here's the card. There's a little bit of a glare. I'm just taking it in for a moment. But really where I'm drawn to first is both the color blue and the number 10. So for me, let's see. Actually, I feel like I need to point out the number 10, but I don't feel like I need to go into it. I think the number 10 is for whoever's watching, whoever watches later, to acknowledge maybe they are getting, hello, welcome. Maybe they're getting a lot of number 10s in their life. And then the blue to me is like a deep emotion. It's there's a sadness associated with blue, or it's a grief, but it's also, especially this like deep color blue and diving. Hi, lady. I will also be doing individual readings after the collective one. So anyways, the deep diver diving into a deep task. This one, I'm really drawn to how much, and I'm being really shown just how much they are propelling themselves downward. It's not even an angle. It's like we are going straight down. We are going into whatever this task is. We are just taking it in. It's like we are going into the depths of what's to come. It's like we're not holding back anymore. We are we're doing it. We're not afraid. Or if we are afraid, we are courageous. And as I see this, I also see two jellyfish. And again, numerology pointing out the number 2. But numbers are very specific to each person. So I feel called only to share that there are 2. And then I also see what's also standing out is the color of the hair is kind of this orange, red, fiery. So it's like there's this fire within you, or fire within the collective that is propelling you downward into whatever it is you're doing, whatever it is you're working on. Is that complete? Okay, let's see. Is there another card pull for this week? All right, we're gonna do another one. I'm getting guided to do another one, so whatever's in the highest and best. It's interesting. Sometimes the cards pop right out. Sometimes it takes a minute. There's some resistance in the field. Maybe there's some fears coming through with this hesitation for a card to come. Okay, it says stop and bottom card. All right. Feast of Plenty, choices and their consequences. I've never seen this card yet, or I haven't pulled this card yet, so this is really cool. I'm just taking it in. All right, again with numerology, pointing out the 20, pointing out the power of the 2, power of 0. 2 is pairs, 2 is duality, 2 is balance. 0 is usually new beginnings, something like that. Let me look at this straight on. This card feels like a triumph. This card feels like, because I'm really drawn to this bee and the light up here, and it really feels like, it just feels like you've overcome so much pain. You've overcome, and I just got chills when I said that. So you've overcome so much pain. You've overcome so much suffering. You've overcome so much shit in your life. And it's like this bee, it's like a little busy bee or worker bee going towards the light, and it's like, what, you're gonna reap what you sow. Yeah, this one feels really lovely, very light, very, like there is a darkness to it, but it feels like the darkness is in the past, and it feels like the future is warm and bright and welcoming, and there's so much love and so much light. And again, like I just can't stop looking at this area. There, with the crystal here, there's a groundedness in it, but there's the warmth of that light, and that bee what it looks like is like the bee is moving towards that light, and it's just like, you're about to be sunbathing, you're going to be rejoicing, there's just so much abundance coming. Yeah, if this one feels really beautiful. I also love that the first card was 10 and this one's 20. Are we going to get 30 next? I don't know. Am I going to do another card? Let's see. For the collective. Yeah, all right, we're going to do another one. Just go until Spirit says no more on the collective, so. There was this group that stuck out. Okay, there's a big group that stuck out, and they're like all of them. So I think this is just gonna be a. I've never had that happen either before. So we have this big ass fan that felt like it needs to come out. So this will be more of a power reading. Let's see. Let me get them all oriented upright. Oh, look, and 30 is in here. Okay. So I'll do a fan again of them just, and so you can see the numbers. That's fun. One of the numbers is not in this middle center like the rest. Bum, ba-dum, bum, bum. My hand is not big enough for this. Here we go. So there's 28. Let's see. That was 30, 47, 43, 61, 39, 27, 56, 45, 19. All right, let me bring it back down. All right. We've got fallen angel, spiritual, narcolepsy, repairing the veil, forgiveness, which is 45, the wall, 56, obstacles, 27, heart, home, compassion. Ooh, drop that one. 39, metox, repairing the body, mind, spirit. The fact that I dropped that one too, it's like this one feels like very important. Connecting to the I want to say Holy Trinity, and also point out that the Holy Trinity doesn't have to mean Father, Son, Holy Spirit of what you probably heard growing up, but that it also includes the rendition of mind, body, spirit, or a higher self, ego self, and source. You could use that rendition. They all mean the same thing. But it's important to find a balance. It's important to connect with all three. You can't, you can be more in one area, but finding a balance amongst the three is how you find like deep love and joy in life, is being able to care for your ego self, your higher self, and your connection with source. So that felt especially important to call out there. So interesting. Hold on, is there more to be shared on that one? Yeah. So as soon as I started to move it to the back, they're like, nope, come back. So the other thing I'll point out here on this card is how much, so there's a lot of different green. Green is your heart chakra, power of love. It's also a very grounding color. gold and the speckles of gold. There are, funnily enough, there are like three main bright sparkles of gold. So there, and right here. Again, the whole Holy Trinity aspect. Um, and then I really love how up in these little bubbles, it's almost like these little like gremlins that this character is blowing away. And to me, or the sense that I get is that in repairing your mind, body, and spirit, it's like you're releasing these little demons, the little gremlins. I've used demons lightly because but it's like releasing the little energy. I guess I would just keep saying demons because that's what I want to keep saying, and allowing in the love, allowing in the relaxation, allowing in just the joy and the self-care and the beauty, because I also love how much that like this character looks like a siren or a mermaid in a sense. And it's when you release those demons, when you release those gremlins, it is you to society come across as this mystical creature, because you're no longer weighed down. You're now in connection with all parts of yourself. But there's so much beauty and there's so much power in that connection with yourself. Mm. And lastly, I'll just point out the numbers 3 and 9. Again, if you're into numerology, those might mean something different for you than they do for me, but I feel it's important to point out the numbers 3 and 9 separately versus the total of 39. But yeah, the three stands out as, again, the lovely Holy Trinity, or mind, body, spirit, however you want to call it. Same stuff. All right, that feels complete. The rest of the cards from this kind of stack that popped out was, we got 61, Whale Song, or Resonating. Ooh, there we go. Let's see. 43, Overflow, Overwhelm, and Plenty. I'm feeling like I need to stop at this one too, and this has a lot of that green and a lot of that abundance feel. And also, there's a lot of, like, I'm drawn to the water that's pouring out of this building, and my initial thought kind of went with, oh, the building is in kind of disrepair. And then I started thinking, well, you go with the flow, and there's so much abundance that it's just like spilling out everywhere. So even though it has, I don't know, this card has a slight eerie feel to it, and I think it's just kind of this darkness up around here. And also black or darkness doesn't necessarily mean, evil or bad. It could also indicate a protection. So the abundance that's coming is protected, and it's blessed. Or I should say the abundance that's here. Speak in the now, and it will come. Yeah, I'm gonna set that one off to the side. All right, 3 more. 47, Skybridge, Possibility for Union. This is a very powerful card when it comes to relationship. relationships, powers of 4 and power of 7, both beautiful numbers for luck and also divine magic when it comes to, again, that beautiful union with another. 30, Horseman, Herald of Change. I don't know why I did a little jig there, but that was fine. Honestly, there's not much to say about that one. It's like, all right, we gave you 30. You asked for 30. And then lastly, on this little stack that popped out is 28, so Hollow Bone, Teachability. And this gives me like ancient Native American vibes. But what I'm really drawn to about them is the passing or passage of stories down from generation to generation, and it's just the honoring of Mother Earth. And there's a lot of like sacred feeling here, sacred divinity, sacred. We are one, two. Yeah. There's also, I feel it's important to point out, so there are 4 feathers, again, numbers, and the bone, there are 2, 4, 6 hollow bones, but the 7th one, if you count it, is this little gemstone. So again, just pointing out the numbers. That feels like the collective piece is done. Let me just look back at the stack to see if there's anything left to share about the big stack, and then we can go into individual readings. So yeah, the big stack just feels like the story of your life. I especially love that it started with the falling angel. But it's the story of coming to Earth, forgiving, overcoming obstacles, starting to open your heart and connect with others, which then leads to connection with another in more of a divine union type of way, whether that's a divine union with Source or a divine union with another being here. And you go through this transformation of change and become a teacher of what you've learned. I love that. Let me hold up these other 4 cards that feel the most resonant. So, oh, here, let me actually do it this way. So these, oh, there we go. Let me make it so you can't, or so you can actually see all the words. Yeah, there we go. Lots of blues, lots of greens, very going with the flow, very green, abundance of love, some groundedness, lots of beautiful highlights of light, lots of divinity. Very beautiful. Such good energy going into this week. All right, I'll put those back away, but thank you for tuning into the collective card pull piece for April 30th to May 7th. Go ahead and, if you haven't already, like and follow and subscribe and do all the things, but we are going to move into individual card pulls.